here comes Tony Romo, and here is the Dallas offense. Romo, 4 years with the Cowboys, but his first start out of Eastern Illinois, and he begins from the 25-yard line after he played the entire second half last week against the Giants. They'll go right to the air, and so far so good as he goes right to Owens, who breaks a tackle and then gets forced out of bounds after a gain of about 8.
The ball's coming out.
Second down and 3. Romo slides to his right, and that pass is caught by Anthony Fasano, and that will be a first down. You also have a flag on the play. The first
Cowboys have come out
shot
running.
Block. Offense, number 65 and number 21, 15-yard penalty, second down.
Yard line. Against the 4-man line and a 4-man rush, and Romo throws to the outside, and he goes right back to the tight end, Jason Witten. Draft.
And this is where he is tough on this down in this situation.
3rd and 10, and Romo cannot get rid of it. Tony Romo sliding to his right, and again, he gives you that mobility. But in the case of playing against this Carolina defense with Jenkins and Rucker and Peppers up front, very often no place to run. But Oliver Hoyt gets reset. Then they give the ball to Julius Jones, and Julius Jones takes it out to the 31. Julius had a huge day last year against Carolina, and his first run of tonight's game is out to the 31-yard line for a gain of 13. Jones again. Stop behind the line of scrimmage. You want to know how cool Tony Romo is? I mean, here's a guy.
That was probably close to the right answer, wasn't it?
Perfect and hysterical. 2nd and 12, and Romo's going to take off and gets out to the 34-yard line. Just feel it. 3rd down and 7. Rolling. Going to run again. He's going to pick up the first down. Knew exactly where he had to go, and then goes down at the 43-yard line. And again, you talk about the mobility, and it's a lot more than the experience of Bledsoe for the mobility of Romo, but that's the type of thing he can do for you. He gets 9 on the 3rd and 7. Quickly to Owens, and Owens gets by Gable into Carolina territory, and finally run out of bounds by Minter at the 33-yard line. So Terrell Owens makes the catch, and as he's done for years now, 11 of them in fact, a lot of yardage after the catch. Stacked as receivers to the right. Romo looked that way, then to the left, and that pass is not caught by Terry Glenn. He went to the ground, but he couldn't get possession of it. Covered well by Lucas, and now the Cowboys will attempt to take the lead on a field goal that will have to travel roughly 48 yards. Mike Vanderjagt came over from the Colts. Romo is the holder, and Vanderjagt's kick hits the upright. It looked like it was starting to hook back in or draw back in, but it never got there. So a miss from 48, and the Panthers take over when we come back. Jake Delhomme, the quarterback, from the 38. Delhomme, slant, winds up hitting Steve Smith for a gain of 8. Gain of 11 on the play. The ball at the 49 on first down. They give it to Foster, and Deshaun Foster will pick up 3.
A lot of the time either, and they leave themselves in 3rd and long.
On 2nd down and 6 now. Delhomme will throw. That is caught near side, and that is Michael Gaines fighting for the extra yardage before he's finally taken down by Ware. So Michael Gaines in his 3rd year out of Central Florida, 7th-round pick. In size, tough to bring down. Ball at the 37. Delhomme buying a ton of time with the fake, then has to throw underneath, and it's Foster who makes the catch and is ridden out of bounds just short of the first down by Brady James.
That game, I thought the last team that had the ball was going to win that Super Bowl.
And it turned out to be the Patriots. Now Delhomme's going to throw for Johnson, and Johnson will draw the penalty. That was Anthony Henry who was beaten on the play, and the only way he could stop him was illegally.
Steve Smith.
Defense, number 42. Ball will be spotted at the spot of the foul. 1st and goal.
3-yard penalty. The ball is at the 7. It's 1st down and goal. The fake to Foster. Then the pass to Foster, which he makes off his shoe tops, and he's out of bounds. DeMarcus Ware thrusts him out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. And out of bounds inside the 1. 2nd down and goal. And they give it to Foster. And Foster tries to bull his way in. Touchdown. Original Panthers when they came into the league in '95 for the extra point. So a 62-yard march after the missed Vanderjagt field goal. 7-0 Panthers. Place in a tough division, trailing New Orleans, which lost today, and Atlanta, which won today at Cincinnati. And Romo throws, and Witten makes the catch, and there's a flag down. So for the moment, a first down. You know, I'm thinking, John, as a coach, and you can relate to this, to make a speech.
Holding offense. Number 65. 10-yard penalty. First down.
He's really something.
Especially along that defensive front. Second down and 19. Romo throws. Wide open is Owens at the 31-yard line, but covering quickly, closing quickly, was Ken Lucas, who now reaches down for his groin.
Yep. Looks like he checked them and they're all okay, so he's going.
Well, they've got Glenn on him right now, but Romo is not looking that way yet, and then has it tipped, and Gamble, can he get control of it before he steps out of bounds? The head linesman is there to say yes. The interception, Owens is going to plead the case, and this smacks, of course, of a challenge that would be impending as Romo comes over to the bench and says he never had possession. Gamble comes up. Does he? When does he have possession? Not yet.
No,
not
he
yet.
doesn't.
There.
Yeah. And
if they want to challenge, they're going to win it.
I think they have to challenge. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, this position, they just scored a touchdown. You can't let them have this field position again, especially when you look at the replay and see that he didn't have a possession of the ball before he went out of bounds.
Interception.
A lot of tip balls, though, wasn't it?
Keep juggling it till he almost gets to the sideline, and then Gamble will get possession in just a second here. Right. Well, there he has his left foot down clearly.
After reviewing the play,
here comes the
ruling on the field stands.
Oh.
Dallas is charged with second timeout.
So what they're saying is he had possession with the left foot down, and there is the right foot.
And then you stop it, you can see that likely he did have both feet in.
So now from the 24, they run Smith on an end around, and he'll get inside the 10 and go all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. So they take advantage of the turnover on one play, running Smith on the end around with 1:21 to go in the period.
That's his center right here, Jeff Handgardner. He gets down there and he's going to get a block right there, and that's the one that springs Steve Smith. Well, it was Steve Smith's speed, and that Cowboy defense kind of looked like they're catching them. It doesn't look like there's a lot of anxious tacklers around here.
Meanwhile, Keyshawn Johnson takes Roy Williams out of the play. Just Sheen on the road, and it's the first of 3 straight road games for the Cowboys. From the 1-yard line, Tyson Thompson. And Thompson will give them some decent field position up at close to the 40-yard line, and even better now because Carl Hankton is there out of bounds.
Just getting on guys, firing guys up.
Unnecessary roughness. Number 88, out of bounds hit. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Maybe the best word to describe the way he looked last week was exasperated. Here's Jones. And Jones will pick up a first down to the 36-yard line. And it goes John Madden, Andrea Kramer in Charlotte. Cowboys on 2nd and 10. Romo thrown to the outside. Len goes up for the catch and is able to haul it in. Makes the catch and is forced out of bounds by Gamble.
Yeah, that's the toughest throw you have to make.
Here's Jones. Big hole for him, but it closes quickly. Ken Lucas, we saw him shaken up, and he came out of the game last week in Cincinnati. He's back in the locker room.
Be by himself. They're going to give him help somewhere.
2nd-round draft choice from Fresno State. And this time it's Glenn, and Marshall was playing him a little soft as Glenn gets taken down at the 13-yard line. Using that extra dimension with his mobility. Here they give it to Jones. Jones over the left side for a gain of 3 behind an Oliver Hoyt block. 10-yard line. Romo throws over the middle, hits Owens, and Owens will pick up the first down. He gets wrestled down by Gamble. Witten split to the left, and Owens at the top of the screen to the right. And this time he goes to Witten for the touchdown. Threw it off his back shoulder. Minter with the coverage. You had the safety on the tight end. and a touchdown for Romo and the Cowboys.
I tell you, and that was a quick throw. You talk about a quick throw and release and velocity.
The only 3 times it's happened since 1970, since the merger. Pressure, and down he goes in the arms of Greg Ellis, and Ellis tries to extract the ball, but the play is whistled dead. Quarterback, Dallas Cowboys, and that's what he is right now. The ball is at the 12-yard line, first down. Romo to Fasano. A lot of that, of course, has to do with history. Talking to Romo last
from Florida.
That's what I was wondering about. Second down and 5. Here's Owens. Out of bounds. I mean,
the pile is open, and you're going to pile on.
And we really opened up that pile here by doing this tonight up to the 30-yard line. Second down and 3. Off the fake. That buys a ton of time. And then the pass is caught by Patrick Creighton up at the 43-yard line. So he grows up in Wisconsin. He does a great Favre imitation. Would we lie to you?
You just don't copy one thing about him. You copy everything about him.
Yeah. Here's Jones exploiting a nice hole through the middle. That's a gain of 7. This drive started back at the 12-yard line. It's now second down and 3. Third down and 2 from the 49-yard line. Well, there again, the look of a guy who knows exactly what he's doing. Pocket breaks down, needs a first down, scrambles for it. 7. Romo stepping up in the pocket and then hits Witten. And Witten will take the ball to the 30-yard line. So the tight end, Jason Witten, has been a big factor tonight for the Dallas Cowboys. That's a 14-yard gain. Only Dallas touchdown. First down here. And they're going to give the ball to Terry Glenn, but that is sniffed out beautifully by the Panthers. You had 5 black shirts there, led by Richard Marshall, the rookie corner.
I don't think that they had to do that on second down. Those are 2 bad ups in a row.
Right now that field goal range is 50 yards if they don't gain a yard here, but they will. And will not get the first down, though Glenn does get out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
Down. Bill Parcells did what he had to do.
Vanderjagt earlier missed the 48. And this one, you've got a timeout here. You've got Marshall and Peppers coming in. Peppers known for kick blocking, but Carolina had taken a timeout.
John Fox, the coach, called it. He ran down and he took the timeout before the ball was snapped. It happened here tonight.
Here's a 38-yard attempt. And that one is right down Broadway for Vanderjagt. So the Dallas Cowboys, who had trailed 14-0, now make it a 4-point game with 27 ticks left in the half. Has his team back in the game after they were down 14-0. And now the Panthers will let Foster pretty much run out the clock here. But now Carolina will take a timeout and get in another play or 2. Second and short timeout.
I mean, if Tony Romo is the real deal and the Cowboys can get one here, they have a pretty good shot.
8 seconds. Timeout taken here. And they go to Smith, and that'll look good on the stat sheet, but that's all. And you still have, I mean, the clock looks like it's in a molasses pot. And Jason Elam, this would be an NFL record of 65 yards. Instead, you're going to get a run back here or a fumble as Aaron Glenn. And Bill Parcells' heart is in his throat right now. I think he just wants to see Glenn just go down, which he does at the 13-yard line.
Give him help in this situation.
Second and 20. Romo hanging right in and guns it over the middle. Throws a strike to Terry Glenn, who's tackled by Mike Minter, but that's a gain of 21 and a first down for the Cowboys.
And I've been impressed with everything that Tony Romo's done.
Hangs in again under pressure. Here's Owens, and Owens is able to hand check Minter and pick up the first down.
In preseason, but you don't know what he does as a starter.
Julius Peppers just injured his hand and came out after the last play when Romo spun away from him. And then Romo buys time, but nobody is there.
More involved in this game.
3rd and 5 is Delhomme. Pulls it down, and then the pass is incomplete. The crowd wants a flag. They don't get one. Delhomme pleads the case. And then it comes in At the very end, it came in about 5 or 6 seconds later. Anthony Henry with the coverage.
Anthony Henry has been very consistent.
Number 20, number 41, first down.
5 seconds after the play. 31-yard line, first down. Delhomme throws, and the catch is made by Keyshawn Johnson. Covered by Aaron Glenn, and Keyshawn was able to come back, stop, and make the grab. And Johnson stopped and makes the catch, and the ball is at the 50-yard line. 8:15 to play in the third. Foster to the outside. Talked before about the fact that the Panthers don't run very much outside. In fact, Panthers blitz on, penalty flag thrown. Steve Smith can't get there.
Come on, Tony. Offsides.
Come on, Tony.
Number 94, 5-yard penalty. First down.
Will the Cowboys come? Yes, they do. Delhomme throws, and it's dropped. It's Keyshawn Johnson, who had beaten Anthony Henry. Clearly for a first down, maybe for a touchdown, and Keyshawn simply couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, there was a time in the NFL that you never looked at anyone that come from a college that had East in front of it.
Yeah, this is Terrell Owens up to the 31 picking up the first down.
In pro football that you have to have. You have to be able to make the decision and get the ball out of there quickly.
And there goes Jones with some tough running up to the 45-yard line. Anthony Fasano, the tight end, led the blocking.
Now it's which lines dominate.
They're doing a real good job pass protecting tonight. You've got a flag here coming in from the back judge, so the penalty would figure to be, and it is, against Carolina in the secondary, and that's going to be an automatic first down for Dallas.
Carolina tips a lot of passes.
Number 20, 5-yard penalty, first down.
But there's no tip on 50-yard line. Romo to the outside, and that's caught by Fasano, the tight end out of Notre Dame, rookie picked in the second round.
Bigger part of that is Romo.
Shotgun, 3rd and 2. Romo throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Owens. And Owens, with a flag down, was covered by the linebacker, the former Green Bay Packer Niall Diggs. Sunday Bears Giants here on NBC as Delhomme goes back on first down and throws and finds the open man, who is Steve Smith. Got into a seam in the middle. Spins the ball at the 45-yard line, and they'll mark it down at the 40 for a first down, a 22-yard gain. The 40-yard line. Toss back Foster. Some room to the outside to the 45. We go to Andrea. The last couple of years when Keyshawn was with the Cowboys. 3rd down and 3. And Delhomme sends one into the night sky that is incomplete, intended for Chris Mangum. The 5 receivers in this set. Romo out of the shotgun. Romo has time. Romo hits Witten, and Witten takes it out to the 41-yard line. So Jason Witten game on first down here. Hoyt is the fullback, and they toss it to Barber, son of the former New York Jet, up to the 48-yard line, and that'll take us down to the end of the third quarter. Good last play of the third quarter. And now he starts the fourth with a run that should be good for a first down of the 48-yard line. Let's go to Andrea. Romo. The open man is Witten again. So Witten, having his best game of the season, takes it to the 22-yard line. Shotgun. Romo, a lot of time, dumps it off to Barber underneath. And Barber will get inside the 15 before he is finally knocked down by Chris Gamble, close to a first down.
Yeah.
With the crowd roaring. Tony steps away, moves the shoulders, throws, caught, 10-yard line, Jason Witten. I mean, that's a play a great veteran quarterback makes. Feels the pressure. Here comes the defense. Move the shoulders. Fire it over the middle. Strike. First down.
That Parcells was looking for. You're going to get some pass rush, but be able to get away from it right there, buy some more time, and find that. I mean, that is a big, big, big play by Tony Romo. Quarterback.
And Romo is just the guy to do it. 3rd down and goal. Fake to Barber. To his left he goes, and then the pass is off the hand of Witten. So he went Witten's way again. Thomas Davis, the linebacker, covering.
Go to him.
24-yard attempt. Romo holds. Vanderjagt's kick is good. So it's a 1-point game. 9:52 left in the fourth. 14-13 Panthers.
Rachel Ray, that's where I'll learn how to cook those pork chops so they're not dry.
Find out why that pulled pork is so moist.
No, pulled pork is a lot better than pork chops.
Much better. Much better. Bouncing kick. Fielded inside the 10-yard line, and going back to get it was Brad Hoover, and the ball is loose at the 15-yard line, and the Dallas Cowboys have recovered. We've been looking at it. Here comes Green.
The ruling on the field stands. Carolina is charged with their second timeout.
We were looking at it during the commercial break, and there's not enough evidence to overturn. Remember, the ruling on the field was a fumble. The ball is coming out. The question is, was his knee down? And you never see if the knee was down before the ball was pulled out by Sam Hurd, number 17, who also recovered it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to protect the ball, and I like to see that. I mean, if a guy fumbles, it's a doggone fumble. And that was a fumble.
That was a fumble. Julius Jones is back in the game. Jones, a burst through the middle into the end zone. And the Dallas Cowboys have erased a 14-point deficit and lead 19-14. Tony Romo out of the shotgun for the two-point conversion. Fake draw, throws, converts to Owens for 2 points. So Terrell Owens now makes it a 7-point game, 21-14, in a vital and critical game. Behind Romo have taken the lead. In motion, 3 receivers to the right. Delhomme looking that way. Delhomme sends one to the sideline, and then that's incomplete. And you've got Johnson and Carter both in the same area. They blitz. That line again does a good job, and the catch is made by Owens, who gets free at midfield before he steps out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Chris Gamble had him and lost him. Yard line. 4-man rush. Romo finally gets taken down. Mike Rucker, the first guy to get there, number 93. And then he gets finished off at midfield.
Right.
Who's back there, a punt at the 2-yard line.
He's going to return anything.
Yep. And he's a guy who can. And this is a line drive that he can't handle at the 6-yard line. The ball is loose again. And it is all the Panthers can do to maintain possession, as Richard Marshall, who lost a fumble earlier, is there this time to save the day, at least for the moment, because that could have written a finish to this one. Delhomme out of the end zone to throw. To the outside to Foster. He'll get 3. And tonight either. 2nd down and 6. Delhomme under pressure. Throws into traffic, and it is picked off by Roy Williams. Double coverage along the far sideline, and Roy Williams was there on a pass intended for Keyshawn Johnson.
Didn't get a lot on it. There's the double coverage. You see the short guy, and you see the deep guy, Roy Williams, catching the ball and staying in bounds.
Just staying in bounds.
All night on 1st and 2nd down.
Ball at the 32. Too late for any challenge. They wouldn't have won it anyway. Here's a flag. And a face mask.
Oh, and after
personal
things.
Foul, face mask, defense, number 90. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
The defense looks tired.
3rd down and 8. At worst, a chip shot field goal attempt. At best, a first down and maybe a touchdown to come.
See, this defense is a worn down defense.
1st and goal from the 3. Here's Barber. And he gets into the end zone, which is not the worst thing that can happen to Carolina at this point, because they were up against it. With 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning, and at worst a Vanderjagt field goal, it was going to be a 2-possession game anyway.
See this whole side here just goes down. I mean, they just take them all, and they just push the whole thing darn near right into the end zone. Look at this. They're all standing up, getting pushed back. That's right. And, you know, when you talk about the best quarterbacks in football, it's either Brady or Manning. And next Sunday night, we have both of them.
Meanwhile, you had Ellis coming in, creating the fumble, and Dallas recovers to write the ultimate finish to this one, as John Fox can only shake his head, and Carolina will go into that off week now with a record of 4-4. 3 turnovers in the 4th quarter alone. Barber. So for the Romo era, we don't want to make it the Romo era just yet, but for the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, yeah, no, we're going back in the archives. We got Fred Gaudelli and Drew Esicott there. They're thumbing through the archives as Marion Barber is going to take this one into the end zone.
Well, you see that, and he stayed in bounds, and more backs ought to learn that from Marion Barber right there. He could have gone out of bounds. It would have been easy. He could have been knocked out of bounds, but he just dipped that inside shoulder and took it into the end zone.
Press conferences have become great theater. All the time, and now he's like a secondary figure.